I'm sure you heard about DeepSeek, the new Chinese artificial intelligence that, even though it's completely free, is managing to compete with the paid version of ChatGPT. The rising popularity of this AI has caused the stock prices of some of the world's largest companies to drop, including Alphabet, Meta, and Microsoft. However, the most affected company has been Nvidia, which saw a staggering 17.7% drop in a single day, leading investors losses of approximately 600 billions. You don't see this every day. In this video, we'll break down exactly what DeepSeek is, why it has caused such a dramatic decline in major stock prices, what this means for the future of artificial intelligence, and ultimately how it could impact the global economy. So if you find this interesting, leave a like and let's get started. On Monday, January 20th, a Chinese startup launched a new app on the Apple Store called DeepSeek. This application has been rapidly gaining popularity, becoming the most downloaded app in the United States, with over 2 million downloads in just the past week. The trend isn't limited to the US. DeepSeek has also dominated downloads in major markets such as Australia, Canada, China, Singapore, and even the UK. In short, DeepSeek is now the most downloaded app worldwide, and the reason for this massive surge is simple. Its cutting-edge AI model, DeepSeek R1. But what is DeepSeek? DeepSeek is an AI chatbot similar to ChatGPT. With its DeepSeek R1 model, it has reached the same level of OpenAI GPT-4 Turbo, the advanced AI model available only in paid version of ChatGPT. This achievement alone is significant, but what has truly shaken the internet is that unlike ChatGPT, which requires a monthly subscription to access the powerful model, DeepSeek is completely free and unlimited. How can you use DeepSeek? As of the time of recording this video, getting started with DeepSeek is incredibly easy. You can access it either through a web browser or via the official DeepSeek app, both of which offer an experience almost identical to ChatGPT. With free, high-performance AI capabilities, DeepSeek is now a game-changer in the AI industry, posing a serious challenge to established tech giants. With DeepSeek, you'll be able to use the regular chat to ask all kinds of questions, make internet-based queries to get real-time information, interact with photos and files, and even review and continue previous conversations. But most importantly, you'll have access to the deep thinking feature without paying anything and without any limitations. In contrast, ChatGPT's deep thinking feature is only available to paid subscribers and is limited to just 50 messages per week. Now that you understand what DeepSeek is, let's analyze why its launch has had a negative impact on the world's biggest tech companies. Without a doubt, this release has shaken the artificial intelligence market. Training AI models requires an enormous amount of computing power, which means huge costs. Until now, it was believed that offering an advanced chatbot for free was impossible, since these costs had to be covered through paid subscriptions. However, DeepSeek has changed this perception entirely. For example, training Llama 3.1 model costs around 20 times more than training DeepSeek's model. Despite this, DeepSeek has managed to drastically reduce costs and offer its AI completely free of charge. This breakthrough has put pressure on industry giants like Meta, Google, and OpenAI, forcing them to rethink their pricing models and business strategies. Tech giants like OpenAI, Google, and Meta have invested billions of dollars in developing artificial intelligence models. But now, they are watching as the new competitor offers a similar service completely for free. However, DeepSeek's impact goes beyond just its chatbots. Many of these companies rely heavily on their AI API, which allows developers to integrate AI into their own applications. For example, if someone wants to create an app that recommends dishes based on user preferences, they can simply connect to OpenAI API to handle the AI processing, rather than developing an AI model from scratch. Every time a user interacts with the app, OpenAI charges for API usage, making this business model essential for many AI companies. But DeepSeek has now disrupted this market as well, by offering an API that is 27 times cheaper than OpenAI and 100 times cheaper than other competitors. To make things even easier, DeepSeek has designed its API so that any developer already using OpenAI API can switch to DeepSeek in just a few minutes, cutting their cost by more than 96%. DeepSeek has now announced its new multimodal AI model, Janus Pro 7B, which can generate images. According to benchmark tests, it even outperforms DALL-E 3, OpenAI's image generation model. This announcement has triggered a reaction chain. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, has already responded by promising improvements for both free and paid users in an attempt to stay ahead of its competition. Even with OpenAI's recent changes, it still can't compete with DeepSeek pricing. In an indirect admission, OpenAI has essentially acknowledged that DeepSeek's model is superior. But if this wasn't enough, DeepSeek isn't just offering a free chatbot and an ultra-cheap API. They've also released their entire codebase as open source under the MIT license. This means that anyone can download, run, and even modify DeepSeek on their own computer or servers. This is a massive shift as it removes the reliance on centralized AI providers and allows developers full control over the technology. At this point, it's easy to understand why companies like Alphabet, Meta, and Microsoft have seen their stock prices drop. They now face a new competitor in the market, one that has entered aggressively with a highly attractive value proposition for users. But you might be wondering, what does Nvidia have to do with all of this? To train an AI model, companies need a massive amount of computing power. Graphic processing units, or GPUs, are particularly well suited for these tasks, and Nvidia H100 GPUs is currently the industry leader for AI training. Companies like Google, Meta, and OpenAI rely heavily on Nvidia's GPUs to train and improve their AI models so they can stay competitive in the market. As a result, Nvidia has been one of the biggest beneficiaries of the AI boom. Its stock has skyrocketed, largely because these tech giants are continuously buying Nvidia's GPUs to develop their AI models. However, DeepSeek has changed the game. DeepSeek has managed to train its AI model using far fewer GPUs than previously thought possible. To put it simply, DeepSeek can train its AI models with significantly fewer graphic cards. For example, if traditional AI models require 20,000 GPUs, DeepSeek claims it has successfully trained its model using only 5,000 GPUs. What this means for Nvidia? If these claims are true, it means that the demand for Nvidia's GPUs could drop. AI companies may no longer need to buy as many graphic cards, which could reduce Nvidia's future sales and revenue. As a result, investors are starting to worry that Nvidia's explosive growth may slow down in the coming months, or even years. This uncertainty has already led to a drop in Nvidia's stock price as the market reacts to the potential long-term consequences of DeepSeek's breakthrough. Now that we understand why stock prices have dropped, let's explore what impact all of this will have on artificial intelligence. Without a doubt, this is a huge win for consumers. The fact that a new competitor has entered the AI space is great news because it will force companies to compete to offer the best product and ultimately benefiting everyone. The fact that DeepSeek's chatbot is completely free is a major advantage. More people will be able to use AI, which will drive innovation and encourage companies to invest even more in improving these technologies. DeepSeek low-cost API is another huge advantage. Companies that currently rely on expensive APIs from competitors will have the option to switch to DeepSeek and significantly reduce their cost. Lower costs mean higher profits for businesses, and higher profits allow companies to reinvest in their AI projects, leading to better and more advanced AI applications. Also, businesses might lower their prices, making AI services more affordable for everyone. Another game-changing factor is that DeepSeek has been released as an open source under the MIT license. This accelerates AI development, as any company or individual can analyze DeepSeek code, modify it, and even build their own AI models. Existing AI models can also be improved by leveraging DeepSeek's technology. In fact, we've already seen companies and developers starting to experiment with DeepSeek's open source code, a move that could reshape the AI industry in the coming years. Now that you understand why stock prices have dropped, let's explore what impact all of this will have on artificial intelligence. Without a doubt, this is a huge win for consumers. The fact that the new competitor has entered the AI space is great news because it will force companies to compete to offer the best product, ultimately benefiting everyone. The fact that DeepSeek's chatbot is completely free is a major advantage. More people will be able to use AI, which will drive innovation and encourage companies to invest even more in improving these technologies. DeepSeek's low-cost API is another huge advantage. Companies that currently rely on expensive APIs from competitors will have the option to switch to DeepSeek and significantly reduce their cost. Lower costs mean higher profits for businesses, and higher profits allow companies to reinvest in their AI projects, leading to better and more advanced AI applications. Alternatively, businesses might lower their prices, making AI services more affordable for everyone. Another game-changing factor is that DeepSeek has been released as open source under the MIT license. This accelerates AI development, as any company or individual can analyze DeepSeek's code, modify it, and even build their own AI models. Existing AI models can also be improved by leveraging DeepSeek's technology. In fact, we've already seen companies and developers starting to experiment with DeepSeek's open source code, a move that could reshape the AI industry in the coming years. Recently, a Meta employee leaked internal discussions, revealing that engineers from Meta AI's department had already downloaded DeepSeek's code. According to the leaked message, their goal was to dissect DeepSeek and copy as much as possible. Following this, a Google employee confirmed that similar actions were happening across other AI companies, emphasizing that making the code open source would inevitably accelerate AI innovations. However, despite these exciting developments, there are also concerns and potential drawbacks. Governments have temporarily removed DeepSeek from the Apple App Store and Google Play, citing potential security and user safety issues. A claim from an OpenAI representative suggested that any information shared with DeepSeek could potentially be accessible from the Chinese government. It's impossible to verify whether this is true or not, but these concerns have raised privacy and security discussions around DeepSeek's usage. To verify potential restrictions, users have tested DeepSeek's responses on sensitive topics such as Taiwan, a subject heavily censored in China. Initially, the chatbot started responding, but then it automatically censored its own answer. However, since DeepSeek's code is open source, anyone can download and run the model locally on their own computer, eliminating privacy risks and avoiding censorship, as it wouldn't require an internet connection. Now that we have analyzed DeepSeek's rise and controversies, let's examine what impact it could have on the global economy. There are three possible scenarios moving forward. If DeepSeek remains more efficient than American AI companies, it could offer superior AI services at a lower cost. This would increase its market share, leading to a decline in US tech stock, as American AI companies struggle to compete. A drop in Nvidia's revenue, since fewer GPUs would be needed to train the AI models. A broader stock market decline in the US, as the AI sector plays a crucial role in the economy. This scenario would significantly shift power in the AI industry towards China, challenging the dominance of companies like OpenAI, Google, and Meta. A second possible outcome is the one proposed by .csv, a well-known YouTuber specializing in artificial intelligence. According to him, there is another way to look at the situation. Right now, much of the discussion is focused on DeepSeek having a superior AI model compared to OpenAI. However, there is an important pattern in AI development. New models are being created constantly, and each new iteration is typically better than the last. So rather than focusing on which AI model is best today, we should consider what truly matters in the long run. The key factoring in the AI race isn't just having the best model today, because a better one will always come tomorrow. What really matters is, first, having a highly skilled team that can continuously improve models. Second, the necessary resources and infrastructure to sustain AI development. And third, a government and regulatory support for foster innovation. And in this regard, the US has a major advantage. In this scenario, DeepSeek's current advantage might cause short-term disruption, affecting stock prices and AI companies. However, in the medium to long term, US tech companies would probably analyze and understand DeepSeek's breakthroughs, especially since the code is open source, and they will adapt and integrate these advancements into their own AI models. This scenario suggests that while there may be short-term economic impacts, American AI companies will remain strong in the long run. The third and least likely scenarios is that DeepSeek's numbers aren't entirely accurate, and that its development is being heavily subsidized by the Chinese government as part of a broader economic strategy. DeepSeek claims it trained its model using only 5,000 GPUs, a fraction of what similar AI models require. But what if the real number is much higher, perhaps 50,000 GPUs or more? If the Chinese government is secretly funding DeepSeek, it could be artificially lowering AI costs to disrupt the UX testing tech industry. This scenario would mean that China is using DeepSeek as an economic weapon, subsidizing its development to hurt US AI companies and weaken Nvidia's market dominance. Again, while this theory is unlikely, it's still worth considering. Regardless which scenario plays out, one thing is clear: DeepSeek has made a major impact and is here to stay. This is ultimately a positive development for the AI industry and for users worldwide, as more competition equals to faster innovation, and companies will be forced to improve their AI offerings to stay relevant. Users will benefit from better AI services at a lower cost. So in the end, this entire situation pushes the AI industry forward, which is a win for everyone. That's it for this video. I hope this helped you understand what's happening and the possible consequences of DeepSeek's rise. If you found this interesting, don't forget to leave a like. It costs you nothing, but it helps me a lot. Also, feel free to share this video with anyone who might find this information useful. I'm Kamil, and I'll see you in the next one.